Game 4. It all comes down to this final game for Blacklist and for Minana Evos.
Only one may stand. Check out Spider Miles' concussive blast here, helping clear waves quickly. And Onyue, it's not the first farce of the regular season of the season, season 13 rather, but it's still rocking the usual Mage, Rupture, and then Wilderness Blessing. As for the Lolita, it's a whoa, interesting.
Yeah,
a
interesting.
support emblem.
Little regen focus there, and also cooldown reduction, right? You want to be able to go ahead, and that's one of the great things about Lolita is the CC potential.
Also, it has the favor boots, not conceal.
Heal?
Yeah.
Shields, right?
Because she has a passive,
shields.
and then
the shield, yeah, the
and
shield
then she
heals.
can also do it. She also has shield on demand. Oh, all right.
Kaizen. She's not going to land that. His tone is welcome, so just battling it out here. But yeah, that's it. I guess that you really have to just kind of see it in action, right? That's kind of what you're going to have to see, and that's why this is, in a way, it's almost a risk that Spider-Minos locks this in, but maybe this is something they've been holding on to, and it's what better time to pull it through and see if it works out here for Minana Evos. And that makes it even kind of a little bit harder, I would say, for Oheb on the Mozkov. Now knowing that if I enter into this fight on these crucial moments within a later portion of the game with the spear, even though I have a Purify, I have...
Whoa!
Hold on, Haji?
Yep, decision has been made onto the small barrets there, and Edward gets first blood. Instant activation coming in from the shot calls of Haji.
Joseph, you were saying.
Yep, and that's most likely going to be a turtle. But again, Oheb will have to work against the shields, obviously being utilized with Spider Miles. That's just going to be objective for them. What a perfect hero. Oh, Doming still going to be alive.
Oh, wow. And then Oheb can just freeze here. Oh, no, he's just bum rush. I think he wants to go for plates. They're going to try to isolate Doming. Oh, just out of range. Just out of range.
Barely.
Whew, that's calculated. He knows.
Oh.
He's got to be that far away.
Look at all the gold on Oheb now.
Well, that's a lot.
There we go.
Oheb already picking up that
some
first
of
item.
that.
Wow.
Just a reminder that shield will break after taking 1,000 damage and plus 15% of the total HP of the Lolita. So it's not as good as before.
Look at the gold.
Obviously it reflects,
Right?
but it's not the effect you're looking for. Anyway, we'll see how that looks later.
Thinking about how that... Oh, wait, Oheb.
Oheb getting dove in here. Nominal blast just for good measure.
Good Purify.
He hit the P, man. He hit the P.
Yep. Good usage there, and so they get that out, 80 seconds before he has that next available to him. So he's got to be very defensive here. As you see, a lot of this attention now on this bottom side to help Doming up. Again, that's kind of the job. It's like, all right, we have to almost emulate what we did in the previous game to allow Doming to scale up the way he needs to be. I'm wondering if his build path is going to be very similar that we saw in the previous one. Hold on.
And there you go, Blacklist. Think, you know what, maybe we can take this fight. And they are going to find Kaizen for their efforts.
That's a tight little corridor that even an early game Moscow would love. And this is straight up Ube again. In this 5-game series alone, I think Blacklist has gone Ube and turned the clock. I don't know if it's because of the presence of their former teammates that's allowing for them to do this.
Okay, this is, they go in again, Haji.
Go straight onto it. Oh my goodness, Doming didn't even last a second there. And it is only going to be a tower kill here for Minana. Oh my goodness gracious.
All right, we didn't check in on the XP lane as much, but looking at the XP, looking at the waves, and looking at how Kaizen tried to help Kirk, Edward's doing fine. Edward's actually winning this lane.
That's true. Doesn't need as much help as other lanes here.
Yeah, so that means he's bobbing and weaving between Kirk's full skill set.
Oh, look
at
this.
Look at this.
Gonna be jumping in. Edward, he's actually in a really bad spot here, but buys just enough time for his teammates to actually get that turtle.
Man, what a distraction he is for Edward on this Paquito. We've seen him do it time and time again, and in fashion this time around, of course. It's hard to really find a moment if you're Minana Evos when all these things, not just in one lane, but across the map, are falling apart.
And I think Minana Evos I mean, I believe even in that position they could have killed Edward, right? But even that was a failed rotation. Even that was a failed attempt. So all the more Blacklist barreling on forward. 3,000 gold ahead. And a good chunk of it is on OHEB.
3,000 gold ahead, and with that, look at things falling into place here, item-wise.
Dear Lord, 5 minutes in, approaching 6, and he's already got 2 core items.
And there you go, they're hunting for Kirk once more.
Oh, Kirk.
Easy killings, easy pickings, looking like it for Blacklist right now. Kirk had no opportunity to fight, even though he just actually built in his item.
And that's the danger of that Paquito locked in for Edward as well.
Kirk did not have Petrify off of cooldown. It was like 5 seconds off since he died. So something tells me he was waiting for that, and Blacklist timed well. Again, growing this lead, approaching 4,000 gold now. And the pressure doesn't let out.
The Farsa hunting
Doming.
down that Leslie. It's a tale as old as time. It's happening here again.
It makes you wonder, going back to the draft again, they could have held off on that Leslie
The
pick.
Leslie pick. Yeah.
And they locked it in that first pick of the second phase. And they're getting punished for it here. There's no areas to work on this bottom side. Doming again will be able to spot them out. But
Nope.
look at the turret. It's just going to be demolished by OHEB.
They're going stop to stop, man. It's a journey, it's a trip, and they're just taking pictures with turrets and then breaking them down. Something to note, Sensui just built his Guardian helmet, and that's going to allow for him to, unless he took fatal damage, to just keep going. Again, moving from stop to stop.
My golly. These feathered airstrikes are hitting like tanks.
Yeah, that's something you kind of forget. You don't see Farsa often anymore, but you remember real fast the burst damage, the big dam she provides.
And that's 100% turtle take rate for Blacklist in this final game, Game 5. Looking at the items once more. Oh!
Oh! Whoa!
Whoa.
He's in there trying to look for trouble.
Wow,
There's
OHEB
gonna
is
be a
up.
fighting back here.
OHEB's up 2,000 gold, man. That's a full item.
Look up on the mid. Minana looking like they're ready to go for the kill. Kirk close by. Sensui dashes in on him though. And again, the crowd control chain. He can't move. Kirk can't cast the skill, man. What was that?
Nothing, not an ult, not a
petrify.
petrify.
Kirk can't play.
Let Kirk play.
Let Kirk play.
All right,
We need him for Minana Evos here.
Doming is so far behind. Doming can't farm, man. Oh, wow, the DG on you.
Oh,
Oh, that is
he can
tough.
do it here.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Look at the damage on the Lolita, even with the shields.
That is pure zoning.
The Lolita was an odd pick. Its first item, too, was the photo. I wonder what the game plan is here.
If you think about it, it's like, all right, we want shields, but what happens when there's just so much damage that the shields don't matter?
Yeah, Spider Mouse, unfortunately, very much a non-factor at this
And
point.
they just time it out. Look, they see the bulwark and they just let it go. Oh, Edward.
Catch Edward though.
Edward.
How is he? Okay, he goes down to
Shaw.
Essence.
That's right.
And there you go. Everyone just make sure that they can protect Yue while he is on feather airstrike.
Okay, given the fact that this is a 6,000, almost 6.5 lead for Blacklist International, we cannot count out what happened in the previous game. They had an 8K lead, but this feels a little different this time around. This feels like a little more struggle for Minana Evos to actually pull this one on its head again, like pull it over in their favor. What is that going to take here? We know that they're massively behind on multiple fronts.
Yeah, again, given Minana Evos' lineup in Game 4, they had the out. The utility that their roster had was through the roof. They were able to scatter, disperse, and target specifically Blacklist. But now Minana Evos, they're all over the place in the wrong ways. They have good AoE fights because of the Lolita. They have target acquisition with the Yu Zhong. And it's so hard to be a Barat in the face of a Fredrin and a Farsa that can hold you down and kill you even before you see the artillery.
Yeah, Doming, it's so hard for people like Doming to actually get in a comfortable position because there's just no safe place for him.
Yeah, and that's part of it is like, for Doming this time around, you really don't have much except the flicker. And as soon as you use that, you're almost a sitting duck for them to take. So the amount of defense that Domeng needs here is crucial. Now, if they get to this point where, okay, we're once again going to be in that position where we got to just defend in our base, somehow pull a miracle off with this lineup, then hopefully they're able to pull that off. But even this, Oheb picks up the hotspots. He now has that sustainability, that healing to help him out even further here. So already they prep up for a Minana Evos. Let's see if they can defend.
Down goes Feather Airstrike. Again, damage has been done, but this is going to be Kirk trying to cancel out the ult. And that's the classic interaction, right? You go in for the Black Dragon form and the Feather Airstrike, you cancel it out. But the push is already done here for Blacklist, it seems.
All right, good defense by Minana Evos. They're going to keep their inhibitors, and they're going to keep Blacklist International at bay, but for how long?
They're trying to get more.
Hey, they hold on.
Yep.
Minana Evos is making it happen right now. Look at the damage.
Good damage.
Yeah.
And Yue back off cooldown here. This time around, does feel like Minana still packs a lot of punch here in this lineup.
All right. I'd like to mention something else that Minana Evos might have to worry about, especially since they're starting to be able to move out of their base, at least for now. Their vision comes at a very steep price. Spider Mouse has to be up close and also protect Domeng. But again, we've made it a clear point that Domeng is so good at protecting Domeng that maybe he can be independent. But after that, the only other semblance of vision that Minana Evos has is Lancy throwing random skills into bushes. And then maybe, on another asterisk note, is Kirk with the Black Dragon form. But that means you spent your ult. So where do you go if you're Minana Evos? It's so tough to hold out. That means they have to, again, once more go into a defensive mindset.
Yeah, I'm thinking like another 8 minutes. You know, 6 to 8 minutes for Minana Evos here, which might mean they give up even the next Lord, let that get taken, work in their base.
Which worked well for them in Game 4. So that means it's better if they make that decision now and play for that outcome. As for the other side, Blacks International, they have to understand that that's what Minana Evos is going for, and that's what will benefit them the most. Go for the juggler. Man, end it as quick as possible.
And with that, Lord's going to come up. He's going to go ahead and spawn Minana Evos. We saw them getting in position at least to try to have something to work with, but ultimately I just think, again, they go ahead, let that get taken, and get ready for this defense real quick. The Lord is going to be taken down. Of course, with the type of firepower and itemization that Blacklist has with a nearly 10,000 gold lead. So we'll see if Minana Evos has enough in the tank to defend once again at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is more on, is there a possibility of Minana making pickoffs here when everyone's inside the base? And what are the tools they have to make those pickoffs happen? Eternal Guard, maybe a Numenon Blast Catch. Very conditional, right?
Yep.
Because you don't want to throw Kaizen in front.
Yes. If Blacklist gets picked off, whose fault is that? Blacklist.
Blacklist.
Right?
Yes,
Minana
exactly.
Evos has no way to displace heroes in a way that will not hurt them in return. So here we go. They're going to go for the break. Oh, something's going to give.
Yeah, something's got to give here for sure. Sensui is going to back off, going back into a defensive position. Edwards on top side. He is working on that turret. And the fight is still happening here. Oh, is going to be called out. And this time, Yue getting chased out by Kirk this time. Haji. But the backup allows the kill to happen for Yue. And now Minana are back on the defense, clearing that Lord, losing on 2 inhibitor turrets.
Still a 2 for 2. They lose to inhibitors, yes, but that just explains how well Minana Evos understand their defensive state right now.
Yep.
They took 2 on the way out in Sui and Oheb. And did not die.
They
didn't lose.
They didn't lose, and so that kind of thing can happen one more time, I would say. And if it does slip through, but you see this, right? You see the damage being pumped out by Domeng. As long as he is alive, he's working on the BOD, I believe, now. He's already got that, he's got the Berserker Tree, he's got the Endless Battle, he's got the Sea Halberd, so BOD locked in will be a huge threat, unless he goes, of course, for Wind of Nature to deal with some of that defensive ability. But right now, this is crucial for Minana Evos. They have to stick together. They cannot let it picked off. They cannot deal with losing anyone right now. And you can see the shields provided with this Lolita, with that Flask of the Oasis as well. It could end up helping them, you know, sustain through some of that fights. And then that's where really the CC comes in. The Eternal Guard. Hold on.
Pretty big. UA for the bush check.
Y'all saw that, yeah?
Yep.
That was a Queen's Wings on Lolita.
Queen's Wings
Can't
locked in.
confirm, yeah, it's
Their
real.
shields are huge.
The shields.
there.
Oh,
And look at this. It's going to be another one charged up. Haji this time is going to be in
Oh.
trouble. Where's the backup coming in from Blacklist? It does not seem to be ready as Haji will fall to Doming. And Sui up on front has the ability to maybe pull
Wow.
off some good exit frags. Now it is going to be Oheb not able to get in position.
Team fight excellence from Minana Evos.
this is looking a whole lot like the makings of the previous game in a different fashion.
It's deja vu, folks.
Deja vu. What is going on here?
And where is that damage coming from? Y'all saw how when Kirk landed, you could have sworn he was gonna die. He just, I don't know if he did it or if Lancey did it, chunked down the 3 members of Blacklist around him.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know,
You don't know.
but they're going for it.
Oh!
And right now, it is going to be Blacklist this time around going in first.
Oh,
but look at
Sensui.
HP of Sensui not hitting anyone
He's dead.
with the Freezer Strap. That's Juggler down. It's 4v5. Kirk falls.
Oh!
It's a 4v4. Kazin gets that Lord. But the chase is on. Blacklist.
Oh, do they want
get
to fight
more.
it? Oh, Edwards on the hunt.
Edwards on the hunt.
Abu Jingjing.
Abu JJ looking for Doming maybe.
Spotted.
But the Lord is going
Spotted.
to be there.
He had the flicker. He was contemplating. But right now, they got to clear this Lord. They got to deal with it. Look at the damage. Woo! What?
That is spicy. Oh my golly.
Miles.
Miles in trouble here, not having to shield up anymore. Crowd goes wild. And there goes the shielding and the healing provided by the Lolita.
Oh
Oh,
no.
this is tough here.
I think
Minana
Blacklist
Evos.
making the call.
I just making the call here. 4v3. Not much wave clear available for them except for Latsi. And Blacklist fans are roaring. And this time around, they are going to be the ones to push in into the play-in, furthering the attack.